Hello guys, welcome back to another guide. Today we're going to do pot farmer, basically weed. So first we're going to go to our shop, right click, this is your menu. So first thing we want to get is a rack. We're going to grab the auto pot. We're going to buy 4. Next we need soil. Next we are gonna get a generator. We're gonna put fuel. We're gonna get this big LED light. We're gonna put a battery on it. Next thing we need is some water. So you can either grab the big one or the small one. The difference is the refill rate and the capacity. If you're able to, try to buy the big one. If you're not, you can also buy a small one. You also need a water pump. So we're going to do this right now. We are going to click E on the plus sign, hook it to the water pump, and hook it to the LED light. This makes it so we don't have to buy any more batteries. Next, we're going to hit E on the left side. And that's going to bring us to the water. Right click to cancel. And this one, we're going to connect it to the auto pots. Now what I'm going to do is turn this on. The seed is in here, it's right here. So for right now, we are going to use the cheapest, which is either the red ones or the blue. We're going to use the red for right now. If you want to, you can buy a logbook. Pretty much all this does is track how much you spent and how much you've made. We're gonna need a weed clipper, a transport crate. I don't use a splicer. There's not much point to it unless you're gonna use this job for a while. You're also gonna need some jars. You will need a drying line. I can just do it like this just to make it easier. It's closer, so you don't have to put it on the wall. This is long enough for these 4 pots. We're gonna exit out of that. So this is the Dark Devil. So we're probably gonna need a redder color. We'll see if that works. So this is the wrong color. So we need that color. I forgot to turn this stuff on. Not good. Just press E on these power buttons. And now, pretty much just wait. Just have to wait for these to grow. Make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Go to the drying rack. We won't need the jar crate until later, so you can save your money. I'm not sure if users have the motors, so I'm not going to use it. You can make brownies, there's no point in that though. You don't have to get the big LED, you can get the small or medium. It's also a small generator and a bigger generator. Difference is it can produce more power for the large ones and the capacity of the fuel. And the smaller one, it gives smaller power rate and fuel capacity. Here's your pots. So the only ones that are different is this doubles the speed of the of how long it takes for the plant. So generally I would go for the auto pot or this, but if you are starting out, you can just use a basic pot or a jumbo pot. There's no difference. There's also in the seeds, you have to use different colors. So this one would be purple. That's honestly, it's all I know is the one I use. There's tents you can use starting out as well. Personally, I won't use them. They just cost a lot more than what you would actually need. And in here you have the weed clipper. We're not going to use this. These actually, when you pack it, cost less than normal jars. And I'll show you for the logbook. It shows everything that we spent, and we'll also show earnings at the bottom. We just need to wait for this stuff to grow. That's about it with the auto pots. The only difference you'll have between the Dark Devil and the different seeds, the more it costs, the more it sells, pretty much. So it seems like this is the fastest. If this grows the fastest, that's the only difference between all of them. This costs the most, but also has mostly the same growth rate. If you want to make the most money, you probably start out as using the OG. So right now we're just gonna wait for these to grow, and we're gonna give it the max amount of THC, which is 60. It's just a bunch of waiting for weed, unless you use the steel pots. Then you constantly have to water them. So that's all we're gonna do is kind of wait. You can fizz gun all this stuff. Do not fizz gun your transport crate or your jar crate, because you will not be able to use it on the drying rack and the grinder. Actually, we can put a jar in there now. I don't know if I said before, but the only difference for the lights, I can find it. You would have to buy more if you wanted to. You can only use 4 pots, by the way, so if you're able to, buy the big one. Right now, you just have to wait. If you had the steel pots, you would just have to constantly. You would actually just bring this closer. And you could water it with these just by pressing E and then clicking the water. There's not much to the weed job. It's either you use the auto pots or really the steel pots. And then when you're starting out, you'll probably use I don't think it really matters for these. I think the only thing with difference with these, they don't give you as much limbs to dry and to grind out. So I'd probably use a jumbo pot. When you're definitely starting out, you want to start with 20k when you first join the DuckyCentral.xyz DarkRP server. It's a lot different to some of the other jobs. Most of the other legal jobs, you have to keep on micromanaging everything, make sure everything's set. I'm actually gonna set up a light so it's easier to see. There we go. Or you could press F and use your flashlight. So currently we're just waiting for these to be done growing. They're almost done. Also, make sure when you're buying seeds to purchase them on the ground. You get 10 total, unless if you click the pots, you only put one in, and you'll lose a bunch of money doing that. So right now we're just gonna wait for it to hit 60%. And I'll show you after everything is done. You can make some money back by selling all of your equipment when you're done doing the weed job. So instead of going, pressing F4 to open this menu, here's the jobs. So instead of if you switch to citizen, you're gonna lose not a lot of money, but quite a bit if you don't decide to sell all this. So right now we're just waiting for it to hit 60, and then we're gonna hit E multiple times, 3 times in total. We're gonna take our transport crate, just kind of drag it around. Might have to hit these. It looks like all of them to me. We're gonna go to your drying rack, just push onto there, and it will automatically put them on top. Put them in there, they'll start drying. For right now, I'm just doing 2. This should equal into 2 jars. I don't think the amount you get is different. So this might give me a little more than 2 jars then, because this only give me 2 total. Once the timer's up, we're gonna grab our transport crate and then put it in the grinder. The only difference of having a motor inside is it's automatically grinding it, and you don't have to personally do it. You just hold E. And if you do have a motor in it, you're gonna have to hook up your generator. So I'm going to take my backpack. There we go. And just left click. And we'll put it, if you right click on the backpack, you'll see it in your backpack. I accidentally alt-E'd on that. The only difference of using your backpack, if you die, your backpack will drop. I'm not really going to worry about it since it won't fill up a jar. So we're going to go to the beach. That is where that would be where the dealer is, where you could buy it. Alright, so here's the weird dealer. We're gonna go to our backpack. Just left click on your jars. Quick sell. Sell. Make sure there used to be a timer on it, and maybe changed it. And then make sure you don't have to do this, I just recommend it for when you want to change jobs when you're done with the weed. You go to your tablet, you hit right click, hit this money icon, and it will sell. You have to do it individually, and it will give your money back. Some money back, not all of it. I think it's half of what you spent. And that would be it for the weed job.